Mr. Appel,
Here.
Dr. Armstrong,
Here.
Mr. Birkin, Mr. Castillo,
Here.
Ms. Champagne,
Here.
Dr. Clark, Mr. Harris,
Here.
Mr. Hollis,
Here.
Ms. Holloway,
Here.
Ms. Mallory, Mr. Morris.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. First item on our agenda, please.
Item 2.1, approval of the agenda.
Can I get a motion?
A motion to approve. Motion to approve, but can I say something out of order?
So we've got a motion to approve from Ms. Champagne, and we've got a second from Judy, and she's got a comment.
I got a comment. I'd like for us to certainly keep in our prayers and support Sophie B. Wright School. That is Dr. Clark's school that she is the director of. One of her football players was shot at a park while they were having football practice. So they're having a lot going on at her school.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Is there any objection to the motion? Hearing none, motion is approved. Next item, please.
The next item is item 3.1, consideration of a meet and greet with the applicants for the BESE Executive Director position.
Can I get a motion?
A motion.
All right, thank you, Ms. Champagne, and a second. Mr. Hollis, thank you, sir. Any discussion on this item? Members? I'm assuming everyone has had a chance to meet both candidates this afternoon. And there's an opportunity, obviously, to go to executive session for further discussion with individual candidates if the board so desires. Okay. Is there any comment from the board before we proceed further? Ms. Champagne?
Yes, if we could just have a few minutes, maybe we had also set aside like 30 minutes in case some of the members maybe didn't get to speak in detail or length, the child candidates. Can we do that? Can we still not break, but go into the greeting meet for at least 30 minutes?
Certainly. All right.
That would be my motion.
Okay. Is there any?
Second that motion.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Castillo. All right. So having said that, as I understand it, we're in full compliance with public meeting law. We've got Ms. Tanika Starks here with us this morning. I'd like to identify her for the benefit of all of our members as well as those attending. Ms. Starks is representing the Attorney General's office with Amanda LaGrue out on well-deserved vacation, I understand. So thank you for joining us today. If we have any members have any questions about public meeting law compliance or whatnot, then Tanika's here to help us with that. We've also got Stephanie Fontenot here. If you would, Stephanie, recognize you representing HR Department for Division of Administration. Ms. Schilling is also out this week, so thank you for joining us. Appreciate both of you, recognize you as an important resource in this process. So having said that, members, this is open to the public, but we have refreshments to table here. We have both of our candidates with us, so please take every opportunity here to meet and greet. And we'll gather here and regather here in a few minutes. Thank you. Conrad. So thanks again to everyone for coming out again this afternoon. Thank you for both our applicants and all the support staff and whatnot to help us through this. Certainly enjoyed the social time here, and it's time to proceed next step. So before we go to the next item, is there any other comments from the board before we go to public comment? Okay, hearing none. Is there any public comment? Okay, we've received no public comment. All right, so if there's no exception, we'll go to the next item on the agenda, please.
Next item is item 4.1, consideration of executive session to discuss professional competence or or character of the applicants for the BESE Executive Director position.
Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Ms. Champagne, a second, Mr. Hollis. All right, is it, any exception to the motion? Hearing none. Let's see here. In order for the motion to pass, 2/3 affirmative vote of members present is required. May I have a roll call vote?
Mr. Appel?
Yes.
Yes. Dr. Armstrong?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Birkin is not present. Mr. Castile?
Yes.
Yes. Ms. Champagne?
Yes.
Yes. Dr. Clark is not present. Mr. Harris?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Hollis?
Yes.
Yes. Ms. Holloway?
Yes.
Yes. Ms. Mallory is not present. Mr. Morris?
Here. Yes.
Yes. Motion passes.
Thank you. I'll advise the audience we'll be in executive session for the length of time necessary for discussion. The votes will be taken while the board is in executive session. All votes will be made in public. Additionally, public disclosure is not required of matters discussed in a properly held executive session. At this time, the BESE special call meeting stands in recess to go into executive session. Thank you. We're going to go to. So can I get a motion to reconvene the BESE special call meeting and continue with regular order of the agenda to vote on the items discussed in executive session? Mr. Hollis, got a second from Ms. Champagne, with no exception, we return. Again, just want to thank everyone. This has been a really challenging decision for the board. We've got two extremely well-qualified individuals. Again, we thank you both for your interest in this position. We thank you for the talents and the experience that you bring to us, but unfortunately, we just don't have the budget to hire both of you. I'll just start out to see if there's any discussion before I ask for a motion. If there's any discussion from the members, and then open it up for public comment as well. Okay, hearing no discussion from the members, just want to open it up for public comment. If there's any public comment. All right, hearing no public comment, I would like to ask members if you have a motion. Mr. Harris.
I do have a motion. I motion that we move to select Mr. Tavares Walker as the Executive Director of the Louisiana BESE Board.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Castillo, got a second. Is there any exception to the motion? Do you have an exception?
I'd have an alternate motion.
Okay. Yes, sir.
I would move that we would hire, or move to negotiations to hire Dr. Grant as the Executive Director.
Okay. Do we have a second?
I'll second. I'll second.
Okay, we do have a second, Ms. Champagne. Is there any exception to that motion?
Is that substitute motion? Substitute.
Substitute motion. So I'm asking, is there any exception to the substitute motion?
Yeah.
Okay, we do have exception. Okay. So that puts us in a position, I believe, where we need a roll call vote. So I'm looking to, I think, Mr. Poe, to make sure that we're following this procedurally correct. And that I do need to have a roll call vote. And do I need to have a roll call vote on the substitute motion? Can somebody help me out with that?
I believe on substitute.
Okay. So let's be clear, what the substitute motion is. So can I have the BESE staff restate the substitute motion so we're clear on what we're voting on?
Yeah, the substitute motion was to offer the employment and move to negotiations with Dr. Grant
Okay.
as the BESE director.
Okay, thank you. So basically, a yes vote would be to vote for Dr. Grant. Okay, all right, could we get the roll call?
Point of clarification, on this particular vote, does it require 6
Or a simple majority to pass that motion?
It requires 6. Majority of the board, not the members present.
Okay.
Typically 6.
All right. So we have clarification now. We need 6 votes in favor of Dr. Grant to fill that position. So I'd like to ask for a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Appel?
Yes.
Yes. Dr. Armstrong?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Birkin is not present. Mr. Castile?
No.
No. Ms. Champagne?
Yes.
Yes. Dr. Clark is not present. Mr. Harris?
No.
No. Mr. Hollis?
No.
No. Ms. Holloway?
Yes.
Yes. Ms. Mallory is not present. Mr. Morris?
I'm going to abstain because it doesn't make any difference. It wouldn't get us to 6.
Motion fails.
I guess at this point, we can make one of 2 choices unless someone gives me another choice. One would be to consider another motion.
I'm sorry, point of order of clarification. This is a substitute motion that failed, therefore the original motion is now up for consideration.
Thank you for that. So I think we need a roll call vote on the original motion. Okay, can you help? And so let's be clear about that. I think we're going to state the obvious here, but would like to follow the same procedure and have the BESE staff repeat the motion for clarification and then proceed with the roll call vote.
Yes, sir. The motion was to appoint Mr. Walker as the BESE Executive Director.
Okay, so a yes vote would be to vote for Mr. Walker to be the executive director.
Yes, sir.
Okay, can we get a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Appel?
No.
No. Dr. Armstrong?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Birkin is not present. Mr. Castile?
Yes.
Yes. Ms. Champagne?
Yes.
Yes. Dr. Clark is not present. Mr. Harris?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Hollis?
Yes.
Yes. Ms. Holloway?
No.
No. Ms. Mallory is not present. And Mr. Morris?
Yes.
Yes. 6 votes, motion passes.
Thank you. Members, I don't think we have anything else on our agenda. Is there any further comment before we close out for adjournment? All right, hearing none, we're adjourned. Thank you.